Hi. Sabadat Kamyoy. My name is Cher Thomas, and what I just said in the people's language is it's so great to see you today. Well, I wanted to stop by and give a bit of a life update, tell y'all what I've been up to, see how I have been doing. Right now, I'm doing okay. I'm really grateful. I'm going to go to a powwow later tonight, so I'm all excited. I can go see the tiny tots dance around. I'm just, yeah, it's going to be so cool. Well, what have I been doing for the past 6 months? When I first made the Kathy Hay video last year, I was already knee deep into creating a nonprofit organization. And as soon as that video hit, and even with all of the huge amount of views that I received, I don't think I've ever had a video get that much attention before on YouTube. So that was pretty major for me. I appreciate it. Thank you. And as that happened, I was focused already on the nonprofit work that I was doing. Basically, in the beginnings of the nonprofit, or the beginnings of the pandemic and quarantine, Native American communities were hit very hard with food shortages. I'm sure you all remember going to grocery stores, not being able to find anything. Well, Native American communities are a food desert, and so that situation was much worse out in rural areas, especially in the northern parts of Arizona. And so I created a nonprofit organization called Nourish Our Nations Arizona, and we were able to move large quantities of food into rural indigenous communities throughout the American Southwest and even into indigenous villages in the northern parts of Mexico. So if I was difficult to get a hold of, if I was, seemed preoccupied, I did try to do a few videos for y'all, but that was also still when I was, dedicated to the nonprofit. And I really must apologize. However, I feel like my time was better spent on the nonprofit. I really want to say I don't have any regrets because it's what the people needed, and I'm here to serve the people. One cool thing I was able to do, I want to name two cool things. Okay, first cool thing that I was able to do is I was able to do an online concert with the folk singer Jewel. Yeah, I'll put the link up here. And this was for the Amat o Achine Bigan Healing Shelter, which is a domestic violence shelter that services the Navajo Nation. I love doing work like this that helps to give, that shines light and spreads love to organizations that are led by Indigenous people. So they're definitely somebody really cool. Well, the bad news is this. My life's work basically got stolen. And it was stolen by this foreign company. And it was very difficult to see my entire repertoire, stolen out from under me. And there's the cultural appropriation of it all because some of the work would have been inappropriate to have on a mass-produced item. And I've done everything that I could, and there really isn't much that can be done. And so that kind of just leaves the lessons that can be learned. So I took this negative experience and I decided to use it as motivation to grow my company. And the way that I saw it was that the market literally proved itself to me. And it is there. It does exist. There are people who are willing to buy my work that looks something like this. And so I realized that I've always had the opportunity to scale my aesthetic and to grow my company as a designer. I've just never really taken the opportunity to do so. I decided to grow and to scale my company, and I realized that in growing and scaling that I still want to do custom and still want to do handmade work. That's always going to be one of my biggest passions in my life. But I feel like the next phase of my career is about growth. And so I found a printer, which is another piece of good news. I found a printer and I created a streetwear line. That has always been one of my biggest goals as a designer. I thought I would have to shut down Cher Thomas Designs in order to create a new streetwear line. I also thought I would have to create a new streetwear line anonymously or under a pseudonym. And I decided that no, like I can just grow and adapt the company I already have. And so I have my printer, and what we are doing is we are working on the protest gear I have always wanted. And I want a line that spreads love to Indigenous led nonprofit organizations that I see doing the real work, that I see that they are dedicated to resolving the issues, and that I see that they are, really, really here for the people. And I want to spread love in the way of monetary contributions to those nonprofit organizations by way of the proceeds of this clothing line. And I also want to shine light on the Indigenous rights issues that are prevalent to the point where we need these nonprofits. So I kind of see it as this really cool trifecta. We're bringing in awareness, we are bringing in charitable donations, we are building and scaling. I created this line, and so you can go to my website, you can check it out, it's up there now. What I have available right here right now is on there, and I am very excited. I hope you guys love it, and I will still be working on different sewing projects, different custom made things. That's not going to change. I'm growing. And I also have one more piece of really good news. I recently got into Parsons. Can you believe that? Yeah. Parsons School of Design. The new school is hosting an online certificate program about streetwear, and they are partnering up with a Complex. And I am so excited. I feel like I'm going back to college, going back to school. Like I never thought I would go back to school. I thought I was done. Like I thought after Arizona State University, I thought like never again, girl. There's that. I'm so excited. I am looking forward to it. And I also would really like some assistance and some help in paying my tuition. The tuition is actually pretty expensive, so I will look in the description below, and I will have something below on how you can help me pay my college tuition at Parsons. I really, really appreciate any and all contributions that y'all may put forth. I don't really know any and all. I really appreciate it. But that's basically an update from me. I'm so sorry this video was so long. I was hoping to get it under 15 minutes, but oh well. Anyway, I appreciate y'all. Thank you so much, and I hope that we should do this more regularly. Yeah. And I know that y'all expect me to give a response to the Kathy Hay peacock dress recent developments, and I got you. Alrighty, don't worry, that's coming up next.